Hello? 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 Hi, hello. Yeah. So what I want to talk about today is something that can happen on social media, but it can also happen in real life. It can happen in your day-to-day life, in work life, social media, videoing, entertainment, whatever you do. This is something that many people are at risk of. And what exactly are they at risk of? So the idea that I want to talk about today is something called echo chambers. An echo chamber, we can say, is like a room which basically amplifies your voice and it doesn't dampen it. So for example, if I have some sort of idea or ideology and I am in one of these echo chambers, then all I am getting is positive reinforcement. So I could be doing something which is completely wrong, completely bad, I could have completely lost it. However, those around me would just be giving me positive reinforcement, saying, yeah, mate, yeah, you're doing it right, yeah, fully support you. And these can be our friends, family, connections on social media. And what this basically leads to something like a mob mentality. We're set in our ways and we become closed to criticism. And the issue about being closed to criticism is that we basically limit how much we can learn. And sometimes if this happens and we do get criticized by like a friend or a colleague or something, the current culture is a cancellation culture. If you don't support me, if you're not with me, you're against me. And this is a madness, because a true friend, in reality, what is a true friend? A true friend is someone who's able to listen to whatever you tell them and give their genuine, honest opinion, constructive criticism and feedback on what they think you should do. But nowadays, it's just like, okay, I hate that person. And your friend's like, yeah, they're a waste man, they're X, Y, Z. Instead of thinking about how you can effectively change the dynamics between you and this person which you have some friction with. So it's not conducive to productive and efficient and effective personal and professional development. Well, that was a bar. Can't even remember what I said, but yeah, that's true. So what we should look for in actual friends, true friends, are people who are able to freely criticize us, and not criticize us for the sake of criticism, but rather they're there to criticize us for our own development. So I have been fortunate during my time in university and now in healthcare as well, that a lot of my friends and colleagues that we have selected each other are basically people who, if we see something wrong, we're not going to continue on and go with it. We're going to be like, hey, take a moment, wait for it. I know you think it should be done like this or like that, but have you ever thought about doing it this way? And the idea of this is communication. Communication is vital for stimulating personal growth and giving us solutions to many of our problems. Because a lot of the time with a lot of problems between people, it's due to having a breakdown of communication. But if we've got good communication between ourselves, then hopefully, usually, we'd be able to let other people, peers, bosses, underlings, whoever else, is that politically correct, underlings? I don't know. But whoever it is, would let them know exactly how we feel, how they should be doing things, how we should be doing things, our conceptions, their conceptions, and where the mismatch is. But when we have this breakdown of communication, it becomes he said, she said, and there's a lot of Chinese whispers going on. Is that politically correct or is that cancelled? No, I don't know. But there's a lot of, I'm sorry if it's not politically correct, but there's a lot of things going on which basically enable the breakdown of effective communication, and they lead to systemic failures. So if we are able to identify them early, then that is great. and if we are able to have colleagues and friends who are able to identify things that we may miss, because we're not going to be getting everything that is right or wrong, and we may think of ourselves as excellent analytic people. We're able to scrutinize ourselves, but at the end of the day, we have a lot of biases towards ourselves, so we wouldn't be able to adeptly criticize ourselves. We'd always give ourselves some slack, or sometimes we'd be too harsh on ourselves. So it's chasing a rope that has gone too far away from us. So yeah, let me know if you have any different ideas of echo chambers and some of the benefits of them. I understand that there is some benefits, such as it can motivate and stimulate people to speak about some of their experiences which they otherwise wouldn't have spoken about, and it does empower some people. But what type of empowerment are we giving is the question. Are we just doing empowerment for the sake of empowerment, or are we committed to actually getting good empowerment which not only stimulates and motivates people to declare their stories, but also allows us to account for the actual rather than felt, enacted rather than felt failures of systems. And that's it, really. That's all I wanted to say. So if you enjoyed this and thought that the advice was any decent, then just leave a comment below and let me know exactly what you learned in this. And if you didn't, or you disagreed, then also let me know in the comments below, and hopefully this can lead to constructive criticism and feedback of these videos, and in the future we're going to have better content, more tailored to yourselves. However, if it's just a complete destructive criticism or destructive feedback, then I'm not going to lie, man's going to try and interpret it and find out exactly what you mean, but it's a bit of a sticky one still, you know what I'm saying?